Inside a modern pomegranate juice factory, everything begins long before a single drop of juice is extracted. It starts in orchards where pomegranates are harvested at peak ripeness, judged not just by color but by sugar content, acidity, and internal pressure. Unlike many fruits, pomegranates do not continue ripening after harvest, which means timing is critical. Farmers coordinate closely with processing facilities so that fruit reaches the factory within hours, not days, of being picked. The goal is to preserve freshness, flavor, and nutritional density before natural degradation begins. When trucks arrive at the factory, each shipment is weighed and logged before undergoing quality inspection. Random samples are taken from every load. Technicians cut open the fruit to examine seed color, firmness, and juice yield. Any batch showing signs of mold, fermentation, or pest damage is rejected immediately. This initial screening ensures consistency across thousands of liters of final product. Only fruit that meets strict standards moves forward. Once approved, the pomegranates enter the washing phase. Large rotary washers and high-pressure water jets remove dirt, pesticide residue, and debris picked up during transport. This water is often filtered and recycled to reduce waste, and food-grade sanitizing agents are used to eliminate surface bacteria. Cleanliness at this stage is non-negotiable because contamination early in the process can compromise the entire production run. After washing, the fruit is conveyed to automated sorting lines. High-speed cameras and sensors scan each pomegranate, identifying imperfections invisible to the human eye. Misshapen, cracked, or underripe fruit is diverted away, while suitable ones continue forward. This automation allows factories to process tens of thousands of fruits per hour with remarkable precision. The next step is cracking and separation. Pomegranates are mechanically cut open using calibrated blades designed to minimize damage to the arils inside. Unlike manual cutting, machines apply uniform pressure, ensuring the fruit splits cleanly. The arils, which contain the juice, are then separated from the rind and internal membranes. This step is especially important because bitter compounds from the peel can alter the taste of the juice if not properly removed. Once separated, the arils move quickly to extraction. Time is critical here. Pomegranate juice oxidizes faster than many other fruit juices, which can dull flavor and reduce antioxidant levels. Modern factories are designed so that arils travel directly from separation to pressing with minimal exposure to air. Extraction is done using cold press or low-heat centrifugal systems to preserve color, taste, and nutritional value. As the juice flows out, it passes through multiple filtration stages. Coarse filters remove remaining solids, while finer filters clarify the liquid without stripping beneficial compounds. Some premium producers intentionally leave a small amount of pulp in the juice, while others aim for crystal clarity depending on brand positioning. Each choice affects texture, shelf life, and consumer perception. Temperature control becomes the next priority. Freshly extracted juice is rapidly cooled to slow enzymatic activity and microbial growth. At this stage, the juice is still raw and highly perishable. To make it safe for storage and distribution, it must undergo stabilization. Most factories use pasteurization, carefully heating the juice for a short time and then cooling it again. The temperature and duration are precisely controlled to kill harmful microorganisms while preserving flavor and antioxidants. Some high-end facilities use alternative methods such as high-pressure processing, which applies extreme pressure instead of heat. This method is more expensive but allows the juice to retain a fresher taste and brighter color. Regardless of the method, quality control teams continuously monitor pH levels, microbial counts, and nutrient retention throughout the process. After stabilization, the juice moves to blending tanks. Even with strict sourcing, natural variations exist between harvests. Blending allows producers to maintain consistent taste and color year-round. In these tanks, juice from different batches may be combined and gently mixed. Nothing artificial is added in premium operations. Consistency is achieved purely through careful calibration. Before bottling, the juice undergoes one final filtration and inspection. Samples are tested for sugar content, acidity, microbial safety, and antioxidant levels. Only after passing these checks is the juice cleared for packaging. Bottling lines are fully automated, operating in sterile environments to prevent contamination. Bottles are rinsed, filled, sealed, and labeled at high speed, often producing thousands of units per hour. Packaging plays a larger role than most people realize. Dark or UV-resistant bottles are commonly used to protect the juice from light exposure, which can degrade flavor and nutrients. Some brands use glass to avoid chemical interaction, while others choose BPA-free plastic for durability and lower shipping costs. Each decision reflects a balance between quality, sustainability, and price. Once bottled, products are coded for traceability. Every bottle can be tracked back to its production date, batch, and even the orchard it came from. This traceability is essential for food safety and recalls, should they ever be necessary. Finished products are then stored in temperature-controlled warehouses before being shipped to retailers around the world. Behind the scenes, waste management is also a major part of the operation. Pomegranate peels and membranes, once discarded, are now often repurposed. Many factories process this waste into animal feed, compost, or extracts used in cosmetics and supplements. This not only reduces environmental impact but adds additional revenue streams. What makes modern pomegranate juice production remarkable is the balance between scale and precision. While factories process massive volumes, every step is optimized to protect a fruit that is naturally delicate and complex. From orchard to bottle, the entire process is built around speed, cleanliness, and control. Beyond the factory floor, the global demand for pomegranate juice has reshaped how the fruit itself is grown. Orchards supplying industrial-scale processors are increasingly managed with data-driven agriculture. Soil moisture sensors, satellite imagery, and predictive harvest models are used to maximize yield while maintaining fruit quality. Because juice producers care more about internal chemistry than cosmetic perfection, growers focus on sugar-acid balance rather than surface appearance. This has subtly changed the economics of pomegranate farming, allowing fruit that might be rejected by fresh markets to still hold high value for processing. Seasonality also plays a critical role in factory operations. Pomegranates are harvested only once a year, but juice is sold year-round. To bridge this gap, factories rely on concentrated juice and controlled storage. Some batches are gently concentrated by removing water under vacuum conditions, preserving flavor while reducing storage volume. When demand spikes, especially during winter months when consumers associate pomegranate juice with immunity and wellness, these concentrates are reconstituted with purified water to match fresh juice profiles. Logistics become increasingly complex at this stage. Juice factories often operate in tight coordination with cold chain transport systems to ensure product stability during shipping. Temperature fluctuations during transit can cause separation, discoloration, or microbial growth. As a result, shipments are monitored in real time using temperature trackers and GPS-enabled systems. If a shipment deviates from acceptable conditions, it can be intercepted or rejected before reaching store shelves. Marketing claims around pomegranate juice have also influenced factory practices. As consumers became more aware of antioxidants like punicalagins and anthocyanins, producers began optimizing processes to retain these compounds. Extraction pressures, oxygen exposure, and pasteurization parameters are adjusted specifically to protect these molecules. Some factories even conduct internal research studies to measure how small process changes affect antioxidant degradation, turning juice production into a hybrid of agriculture and applied science. Regulatory oversight adds another layer of complexity. In many countries, pomegranate juice has been the subject of scrutiny due to adulteration scandals involving added sugars, cheaper fruit blends, or artificial coloring. To avoid this, reputable factories maintain strict documentation, chemical fingerprinting, and third-party audits. Looking ahead, the future of pomegranate juice production is likely to become even more technologically driven. Artificial intelligence is already being tested to predict equipment failures, optimize yield, and detect contamination patterns before they become critical. Genetic research may lead to new pomegranate varieties bred specifically for juice extraction with higher aryl density and improved juice chemistry. Yet despite all the machinery, software, and automation, the core challenge remains unchanged. Pomegranate juice is difficult to make well. The fruit is labor-intensive, the chemistry is fragile, and the margin for error is small. Every bottle represents a race against time, oxidation, and inconsistency. That is what makes modern pomegranate juice factories so fascinating. They are not just production lines, but controlled environments where biology, engineering, and logistics intersect. The next time a bottle is opened and poured, what's being consumed is not just juice, but the result of thousands of decisions made across farms, machines, laboratories, and people working to preserve something that nature only provides briefly each year. One often overlooked aspect of pomegranate juice production is waste management, which quietly determines whether a factory operates responsibly or destructively. After extraction, nearly half the fruit remains as peel and membrane. Early factories treated this as disposal waste, but modern facilities now view it as a secondary resource. The peels are rich in polyphenols and tannins, making them valuable for animal feed additives, natural dyes, cosmetics, and even pharmaceutical research. Some factories dry and pelletize the waste on-site, creating an additional revenue stream while reducing landfill impact. The seeds themselves, once separated from the juice, are not discarded either. Cold-pressed pomegranate seed oil has become a high-end product in skincare and nutraceutical markets. Extracting this oil requires separate equipment and precise temperature control. But for factories willing to invest, it turns byproducts into premium exports. This circular approach has transformed juice factories into multi-output processing hubs rather than single-product plants. Quality control labs continue to expand in importance as consumer expectations rise. Each production batch undergoes sensory evaluation in addition to chemical testing. Trained tasters evaluate color depth, acidity balance, bitterness, and aftertaste consistency. These evaluations are logged and compared across batches to ensure uniformity, even when fruit quality varies between harvests or regions. This human sensory layer remains essential because machines can measure compounds, but they cannot fully interpret taste. Global supply chains have also introduced new vulnerabilities. Political instability, extreme weather, and trade disruptions can suddenly cut off access to key growing regions. To mitigate this, large producers diversify sourcing across multiple countries, blending juice from different origins to stabilize both supply and flavor. While this blending is invisible to most consumers, it is a critical strategy that keeps shelves stocked year-round. As consumer awareness grows, transparency is becoming the final frontier. QR codes on bottles now link to harvest dates, processing details, and even farmer cooperatives. Some brands allow consumers to trace their juice back to specific orchards. This shift reflects a broader demand not just for healthy products, but for ethically produced ones. Ultimately, every bottle of premium pomegranate juice represents a delicate balance between nature and technology, efficiency and integrity, scale and authenticity. It is this balance that separates mass-produced colored beverages from true juice. And inside these factories, that distinction is fought for every single day. And in that sense, the factory is not replacing nature. It is trying carefully and methodically to keep up with it. The result is a product that looks simple on the shelf, but represents a carefully engineered journey. Every bottle contains the combined effort of farmers, engineers, food scientists, and quality inspectors working in sync. It's a reminder that behind even the most everyday beverage lies a system designed to turn fresh fruit into something safe, consistent, and ready for consumers worldwide. And while the technology continues to evolve, the goal remains the same: preserve the deep color, sharp sweetness, and nutritional power that made pomegranates valuable long before factories ever existed.